dun, 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 dun. Burn, 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 burn. I want you burn, 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 burn. Hello, it's me, Wheat Anime, or Anime Wheat, whatever you want to call me. Yeah, hi. Part 6. First part of this in a week. Actually, two. I've been sick. Still kind of am. Uh, More nasally, at least. I'm also chewing gum, so if you hear me chewing throughout the video, I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, hi. Hello. Hi. I don't know why I repeated myself. I've been sick for I don't know how long at this point. From 2 months. Yeah, nearly 8, 9 weeks. I mean, like that isn't why I took a week-long break uh last week, but a flare-up of a certain disease that I have has happened for the last 8, 9 weeks, and it's been an issue. Not with me recording. Uh, well, mentally, not physically, kinda, but mentally especially. Uh, Limes, if you would like to know and go read up on it. It's a serious thing. Sorry about the bird background noise, like of course. But I don't know if y'all were like wondering, like, but that also isn't the reason why I skipped a week. um, it's just been trash. I've been feeling like trash. Um, Go look it up. I don't if to the women, um, like not to be rude or inconsiderate. If you see yourself as a woman, but you weren't born a woman, like you're a trans woman, like a man to a woman. I don't know if you go through this, but I know if you are a woman, periods, kinda. I know mine happens once a year, okay, but I know yours happens like every 2 weeks, right? I don't remember the. I live with a bunch of women that are open about that type of stuff, okay? So I know way probably a lot more than the regular male. Um, Application. There's my boyfriend application, okay? I know a lot about the woman period. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, go look it up if you want to. I'm not gonna force you to, or if you have it, let's talk about it. Let's see. This is my first flare up. I got it last year. Very fun. I hate Greek yogurt now. That has nothing to do with I. It's that how I took my medicine. I can't swallow a pill. If you are curious, I can't swallow a pill, like at all, like at all, at all. Um, yeah. I can't swallow a pill physically. I physically can't. I've tried. I've nearly upchucked multiple times because of it. Um, but yeah, I don't know why I started that like that. But I was recently on my analytics and something cool has happened. Like over all of my videos, it is 10K like views like all together, and I'm really excited. And 1K of those is on a video that I'm actually of a series I'm actually very proud of. Uh, what if Asta had light? Excuse me. What if Asta had light magic? I'm very proud of that series. It's very fun. You should go check it out if you haven't already, or if you have, go re-listen to it. It's a fun thing. Um, yeah, that's the only really thing I really wanted to say. Except for like background noise, the usual stuff. I do impressions, kinda. Um, if you got song recommendations like nerdcore, I listen to a lot of nerdcore. I will give you three recommendations of songs that I really enjoy, have been listening to a lot recently. Um, Number one, Black Top Blues by Jackson Dean. It's a country song, so if you're not a fan of country, don't listen to it. Um, The Prom by Glaive. It's been out for a couple years, but I've recently uh like found it and it's very fun. And Crave by LOL. It's W something. I forget their name, but Crave. It's a very good song. I recommend that one too. So there's my song recommendations. And if you have song recommendations for me, put them down below. I'll listen to them. I'll rate them from 1 to 10. I also have a speech impediment. 1 through 10. Anyways, today we're going over the, what is it? Uh, Training camp. So, I'm gonna get a drink water, and then we can officially get into it. Sorry. So, you know how it all starts. It's the same all, same all. They get on the bus. They drive the bus. All 20 students all have to consecutively drive the bus somehow. I'm joking, by the way. Um, they're all sitting there, stuff in hand, uh, UA uniforms, bags, couple of bags, maybe one or two for each. Izuku himself only has one, and it's a big duffel bag full of stuff. His hero, well, actually, why would his hero suit be there? It's not there. Just regular clothing, extra clothes, maybe a couple pairs, probably multiple pairs of underwear, probably four extra, uh, more socks, uh, just two sets of clothing of whatever it may be, whatever he wears. Actually, we can talk about it right now. Black long sleeve shirt, red sweatpants, black sandals is what it would mostly be in there. Uh, Probably sandals and a actual like tennis shoe boot type deal, like a short boot, not like a full on to knee ankle boot. Okay. Uh, Probably a jacket or two, maybe a jacket actually, maybe a black one. Let's go with it. Uh, like a Actually, you know what? No, the jacket is like some Mirko merch because that's his favorite hero. Right? Favorite hero. It's a merch. Okay. Just whatever you think you would bring on this. Wasn't it supposed to be like 2 weeks of the entire like camp? Maybe a month it was supposed to be. I don't exactly remember. Maybe that part of the lore was part of a fanfic I read years ago. Um, but anyways, they would make their, you know what, the same old. Head out on the bus, get introduced to the, well, two members of the um Wild Pussycats, right? Gets introduced, say, "What up, cuzzo?" I'm joking. That's not what they do. Maybe Danky would do that, like, y'all, going for like a dab up. I feel like Pixie Bob would try to be like the cool one, like hit him with it back, like, yes sir. I don't know why I'm talking like this. But that's what would happen. Like, yes sir. Yeah, 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 yeah. just randomly do a handshake that no one knew. Like, it was fluent, weirdly enough. Like, bring it in up and then like bring it up higher and then bring it down low and then bring it back, like take, let go and then bring it back in, do the same thing, and then boom, like a bro hug. And then they back up like, yo, like, like Danky's trying to aura farm away. Uh, everyone's like either shocked or disappointed. Mandalay would have her hand in her face in her hand, like shaking her head. Pixie Bob would say, "I like that kid," and Dinky would turn around, "I like you too, miss." And Pixie Bob, under her breath, would say, "At least he didn't say ma'am." That's how the whole entire first part of that would go. Um, they would get dropped off. Izuku would end up just sliding it down, like awesome style. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of surfing it. Just and as he would get down, like sliding, he'd just walk through the woods, not even listening. Like, I saw it this way. I'm gonna just go this way. The funniest thing would be if he went like all out. Like, I'm gonna go full strength and use my ultimate move, solar burning soul flare, and just like a Kamehameha type deal. It would just root up the dirt, just burn everything and scorch it all. Imagine he just did that. Like, just, free path. Dun, 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 dun. No, he doesn't. He doesn't do that. Okay, he just would walk away. Everyone just groaning in pain because they didn't expect that from their teacher. Now, did Izuku also not expect it? Yes. He just he just kind of built like that though. He kind of built like that. Okay. He kind of built different with it. Yeah, there. Can you tell I haven't ate in like 6 hours? Sorry, I zoned out. Um, my wife. Sorry, it's a vocal stem. I don't have Tourette's or tics. Okay. I think. I think. I hope I don't. Not because it's a bad thing. Okay. It would just inconvenience myself even more than I already am. Okay. Okay. I want that be clear. Y'all watch the Infinity Castle yet on Crunchyroll? Because I'm currently halfway through. Uh, I was watching it last night. Ran out of time. I had to go to sleep. Probably. I don't remember. Anyways, um, probably less than the canon time they would make it there. Well, Izuku would make it first because he would just walk through it. Because Pixie Bob was just distracted. Not distracted. She did like activate the golems, and they are trying to attack Izuku, right? He just put a hand on them and engulfed them in flames. Like, he's not dealing with that. He's tired. He just got thrown off a mountain or reformed for a minute. Okay, he's tired and hungry and also depressed. But aren't we all? No, I'm joking. Well, am I? I'm unsure at this point. I might be. I not diagnosed or anything. Simple signs is all. I don't know why I'm saying this. Just simple conversations. I don't know what I just did. Either way, they would all go start heading out as Aizawa would explain on what to do, right? He would notice that Izuku was already walking like they dropped me off a cliff. I'm just gonna go. I don't care about the rules. I'm just gonna get to the camp, wait for the bus, grab my stuff. I'm hungry. Okay? He's a man on a mission for food. Man on a mission for food. Aren't we all? Real talk. But yeah. He would be farther ahead than the rest of them since they took time, made sure everyone else was okay while Izuku was just off. I'd say he is probably a good couple, like, I don't know how this correlates to, like, the people overseas from me, because I'm American. English, no Espanol. I do know how to speak in other languages, just not fluently. Um, Either way, they would go on. Izuku would make it first because main character and energy. Um, MCE, there you go, main character energy. He would just go. Just a lot of the golems would attack him, but they would get destroyed. One wild explosive fist. It could be said that he's going wild. Let that sink in. Ha! Maximum effort. Yes, sir. I don't know why I'm talking like Rusty Fox. Um, y'all know ball. But before he would enter, well, by the time he would enter it, he would say his catchphrase, maximum effort. I don't know why. I should just continue, huh? Yeah, probably. Probably, huh? Um, yeah. He would just continue a little bit ahead of the rest, probably a couple 100 yards. So 3 feet times 3 times at 600 feet ish ahead of the rest. I don't know how that correlates to centimeters or meters. Actually, I don't know why I said actually. I was about to say actually I do, but I don't know. But either way, he would continue a little bit farther ahead than the rest. They would be able to tell like how close they are to him via the smoldering like earth smells and just seeing them, just blackened earth via a fire charring them, right? And it would kind of be scattered via him punching them, wild, explosive, burning fist, uh, right? So he would probably get there 20, 25 minutes faster earlier than the others, right? He would get explained on what to do. He wouldn't even care about Coda. He's not a fan of kids, but he is nice to them. Okay, right, okay. It's like most people, like you're gonna be nice to him, like, oh, a little guy, like, hello, right? But Izuku could probably see the stank face on that kid, smug kid, uh, and he wouldn't even talk to the kid. he would hear the words that Coda would say, like, "Hero, you're gonna get yourself offed. I'll just quit while you're ahead." Is what would be the words of him, right? But either way, he would just continue on. He would, before he would eat, actually, he would probably eat first. Yeah. He'd probably sit down and eat, clothes burnt up, charred over his body, right? He would just eat, num num num, see the 1B people, wave at the people he knows. He'd get a couple waves and uh, yells at him. Not really yelling, like, you beep, 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 right? Full on 101, 101, 100, you know what I'm talking about? But hey, yo, Izuku, how you been? Right, that type of like greetings as he would walk past them, uh, just resting, just sitting, right? They would all see him burnt up and be quite confused. But what he would do is just head on the bus he came in on. Well, not came in on, but where he was riding, the bus he was on, grab his bag, just walk past again. Couple, hey, come on over here, come chill. He would just give him like he would just stick his finger up, like, hold on. He would head in, be told where to go. Uh, by this time, everyone else would be of class 1A would be starting to get explained things like, oh, okay, okay, like, yeah. The other cats would introduce herself, Tiger and Ragdoll, Mandalay, Pixie Bob, all those folks. And then everyone else would eat, grab their bags, so on and so forth. Days of training and cooking themselves would be what was happening for the next couple days, up to a week, and nearly a week and a half, maybe a day off, of what was about to come. Like in a previous one, Izuku would be heading up to the baths. He does enjoy them, and plus, unlike everyone else, who is doing the entire like scare thing, he was not doing that. He's not interested in it. Uh, right. And instead of Ragdoll being there by herself, Aizawa would be down there chilling out. Like Vlad King's up there with the students that who didn't pass the um, final exam, uh, doing their studying. Right. Two of the Wild Wild Pussycats would be training, Mandalay and Tiger training with two others. Right. It'd be the same mold except for Izuku being in another spot. Okay. Melissa would be training with Ida, Mandalay, and Tiger, by the way, alongside Sinsho, who would be off to the side, like waiting so he could get a step in. Okay. Um, Izuku would just get in the bath, just kind of start chilling. Now, unlike a previous What If, I believe the last one with Gravity Quirk, nothing would happen. He would just kind of be sitting there, eventually seeing smoke in the distance. He would get out, get changed to his clothing, which would be a, uh, well, his mirror coat jacket, a tank top, his red sweatpants, and a pair of sandals. Black tank top, mirror coat merch. On top of that, uh, right, and then sweatpants, sandals. He would begin running down the mountain, um, seeing Vlad King. Well, eventually getting down there, eventually seeing Vlad King fighting against Dabi. Izuku would step in with a multi-attack of a wild explosive fireball and actually wild perishing buckshot, which would be the one small fireball that would spread out to be multiple, and a wild burning fist. These two attacks, well, the fireball would be hitting first, which would hit Dobby. Well, Dobby would dodge and nearly get hit, but this would also move Dobby away from Vlad King, as Izuka then would come flying in with his wild burning fist, which would be dodged again as he would land on the ground, missing, as both fists would now be engulfed in flame, as Dobby would say, "Whoa, cool down." Keeping, well, in Dobby's head, he would, after saying that, he would say, "There's one. Wonder the others have seen the other two, or gotten them. Well, the real one needs to get here." Well, okay. Tired of this. He would raise up a hand at Vlad King, and a bunch of blue flame would erupt from it, flying through. Vlad King would move out of the way, of course, as Izuku would come in, as another hand would be brought up towards him. Uh, Blue flame would erupt from it, blasting Izuku, who would dodge under, do a slide, trip the legs of Dabi, who would fall, the fire now quitting, grabbing Dabi in a grapple, like a chokehold type deal, rear naked choke, um, right arm around the neck, as the other would be up above, trying to squeeze it in even tighter. Not across the face, even though that would probably be the best idea for this. Just one arm around the neck, one arm uh, at the wrist, forearm area, lower forearm area on his arm, pushing it in. Okay. As Vlad King would come rushing in, fist ready, and then boom, straight across the face, and then eventually just dropping to goo after that. Uh, Izuku would say, "What? What just happened? I wish I knew that too," as he would stand up covered in goo. Izuku then would take off his shirt, well, not shirt, but coat. Uh, okay. What should we do? We're, we're under attack. As much as I don't want to say this, go get Aizawa, get him here. Well, gather the kids. I'll go tell the kids in here. You go get the kids elsewhere. After that, I'll... And then boom! An explosion would... Not a Bakugo explosion, but a big cloud of dust would erupt from the mountain above. You go get the kids that are doing the scare test. I'll explain what's going on to the kids in here, and then I'll go up there. Okay. I'll be quick. Okay. Uh, Vladkin would do what he was going to as Izuku would run off. Quickly. As he would go, though, he would run past Shinso. Well, not no. He wouldn't run past any of those because Shinso would have went with Melissa to go find Koda, while Ida would go around as the two Mandalay and Tiger would be fighting Spinner and Magna. Okay, so you would run past Magna and Spinner. Well, no. Tiger and Mandalay. As he would do so, seeing the outcome of the fight being the heroes winning, he would stop and say, well, I guess I don't have to tell it to you all. Tell us what? Oh, we got attacked up there by a sludge thing? I don't know. But seeing that you all got that handled, I would ask you all to go up there, but I don't know. Because maybe the students need protected. I don't know. Kirishima's up there, he'll be fine. Everyone else kind of screwed in his opinion, because he doesn't, he knows enough about everyone, right? He just I don't know. I don't know about the others. He knows that they could possibly get it done, but he doesn't know. Right? He just doesn't know. Either way, he would head on forward. After talking with those two for a minute, they would decide on what to do then. As he would keep on running, though, eventually passing Aizawa and Ragdoll, who would start to run up, looking back. Well, Izuku seeing them first, he would stop, turn back around, run back up. They need help. Not these two. As students, Vlad King needs help, now. And then he would just run back down. Not sounding like a pig, but you get my point. God, I hate talking. Ah, sorry. I was taking a drink of water. So yeah. Continue running through the trees. Unbeknownst to him, he would be getting watched by this point by a figure. Okay? But as he would continue running down, eventually finding that path, running down it quite quickly, not even in his wild breathing fire form, just running quickly. He does a lot of cardio. He can run distances without much of a sweat breaking. Sweat would still break, like he's sweating right now. Uh, or maybe that's water. Eh. He would be able to move though. He's not fully like unable to run. Okay, he's quite fast. He would be able to pick up speed, right? Uh, Not really finding many people. What, right? Tetsu by this point would have already taken up Mustard, with the help of Kendo. Everyone else is just running throughout the woods and not on the path. Suyu and Ochako are probably fighting Toga. Uh, Soji may have, well, probably with the help of Ida, probably would have found, let's see, Bakugo and Todoroki by that point. So they would be already taking care of Tokoyami. Well, Moonfish and then Tokoyami. Izuku's just running down and barely getting there by this point. Unless I want to do something different, he could have contact with the Nomu and Dabi. Not yet. He would make his way down, eventually meeting with his classmates, uh, with everyone, plus Ida, Melissa, well, Melissa and not Shoji, Shinso, would probably still be up there. Right. Well, Shinso would eventually make it up there. They were fighting muscular. So Izuku would be down here. Oh gosh, very sorry. Either way, they would keep on going. Well, Izuku would. Uh, Alongside these peoples, his classmates. Okay? I don't know how I want to do this. Close to being an hour. Probably nearly 40. Yeah, that's how math would work. Um, Crap. Crap. Making it to the group. Okay, that's where we are now. They would start chatting about what's happening, and everyone would get to know that the camp is getting attacked and they're on the ropes. I was born to be a rapper. No, joking. Um, hmm. I don't, I don't know. I'm so sorry. This is this is the problem with no scripts because I don't know what I'm doing, like at all. Right? I just don't know. Like I usually have a plan because I think of it, but I didn't think of it on what I wanted to do with the story today. Crap. Gosh. I think, yeah, they would get to the place they were, in canon. I don't believe it was an initial, like, massive field, but okay. Let's just say it is. They would get there, and uh, forget his name. It's M. Mr. Compress would arrives, uh, capturing Bakugo and Tokoyami, and also trying to capture Izuku in that moment, but him dodging out of the way, or probably just burning it personally. He would get even seared from how hot he would be trying to get it in that moment. Just a full on dark like flames. Still red, of course, just not black flames, but darker, meaning hotter, burning it up, right? And dodging it just in case it would have went through the fire fine, which it did not. And then Todoroki trying to have him piercing ice wall, it not working. Mr. Compress going around it and throwing icebergs at them, multiple of them. Them getting up there, grabbing in a pocket, trying to get their two friends. It's not working. Getting icebergs instead again. Trying to get a throw them. Izuku would say, "Well, distract them. Talk to them. No, just distract them for a moment." He would go back to the back of the group, everyone covering him the best they could. Even though it is middle of the night, Mr. Compress would eventually notice the luminescence off of Izuku as he would start to heat up. Wild breathing fire is what he would begin to use, as he would say, "Okay, 245 is what I got. Let's see how, let's see if we can win." And then, like a match to, well, a spark to a match, his entire body would erupt, uh, the same, like, ears and tail would grow, well, be insinuated by the flames, you know? And well, this is where we are. Him engulfed by flames, moving in a haze of heat, kind of like a solar, like the sun breathing solar heat haze or whatever it was. While like a actual figure of him would be here, in reality, he would be farther up, closer than anybody would realize. At first, like initially, he would disappear in a flash and then reappear elsewhere, like a couple feet behind his actual body. Solar heat haze is what it is, I think. I don't exactly remember, so I'm sorry. But he would get up there in speed. Uh, Mr. Compress would start moving around again, trying to attack the like fake, like multiple attacks would just phase through him and or melt depending on what they are. If it was ice off of the massive Heaven Pierce an ice wall, uh, it would just melt before it even got to even close to him, right? But eventually it would make contact hitting him, but it wouldn't be from Mr. Compress, who got the actual hit off of him. It would be Dobby, out of a portal with everyone else of their faction besides a couple, well, Moonfish, Mustard, and Muscular. who would not be there, Dobby and his glowing hand smoldering would say, "Cool down." That was very funny. That was not funny at all. Terrible joke. Hey, I thought it was funny. Well, I didn't. But I did. I didn't. Shut up. No, you shut up. Twice. Quiet down. I wanted him to. Well, the boss wanted to capture him. But I guess he got burnt up. He would reappear again in a half fire like mode. Wild breathing fire would be like falling off, because it is nearly time's up, but with not really falling off, it is more or less absorbed into a different attack. He would say, well, Izuku would, as he would reappear, he would say, "I'm not done yet. That wasn't my maximum effort. Okay? So don't get over your heads. Look towards the sun that is not in the air and feel my soul burn." He would bring his hands together, interlocking fingers, and then as he would pull away, a orb of flame would appear, growing in size, eventually stopping at around maybe twice the size of a basketball. As he would say, "Try this one out. Solar burning, soul flare." And then this massive laser beam attack would fire off quite slowly, but then just erupt in a burst of speed. Just finding their mark. Which, to the heroes, it would just look like, oh, Izuku engulfed them all in flames. Right? But in reality, what just happened would be way different. A portal would open in front of the attack, absorbing it, and then shooting it off into the air like a flare. Uh, the other heroes would see this and begin making their way down there, thinking it is Izuku or Todoroki who did that. But in reality, it was Izuku technically, kinda. His attack did just get reflected away. But anyways, as that would happen though, the wild breathing fire mode would disperse. Izuku would fall like face first, barely even able to catch himself. I pushed it too far. That was way longer than 2:45. That was nearly 3 minutes. I think over, actually. Not retracing it. I'm getting better at that. The side effects, though, still very taxing. as he would basically start to boil, like multiple parts of his skin would start to visibly like turn red, like he just got like his entire body just got sunburnt. Uh, right. Dobby then would just walk forward, not even thinking of like anyone else attacking because like, oh, they're shocked. All right. And there's still quite a bit of distance between them that even if they do decide to attack, the only ones that could is Todoroki, and that's it. Because the 1B kids are knocked out, everyone else is would have to be in close range to Dobby to even consider attacking him. And so he would just walk up, grab Izuku, and start dragging. As he would say, I hear Mr. Compress made you all a deal. You get to choose one of these punks to keep. Now, which one? As they would reach, well, Dobby would reach Mr. Compress, who would put Izuku into a marble, start mixing the three around, and then in one hand on his fingers, between the fingers would be these three marbles, and they would have to choose. They would. One would be thrown towards them as Dobby would put will take the other two in his hand and say, good business. As then others would finally arrive. Well, Dobby would say, well, not all of our missions were complete, but we got most of them done. See you lot. See you here as later. Disappearing. We all know what happens. Like in reality, same thing really. Just now, Bakugo and Izuku are captured. Instead of just Bakugo, those two would be saved. By them, right? Uh, Clearly, they would get saved by All Might. All Might would do "You're next" to someone, right? Students would try to go save them, like they would end up there. They would only like the students that were there would only be able to get Bakugo. Uh, Izuku would have to fight his way out, basically. He well, Bakugo would get moved out first, right? Izuku would make his run. He would get wild breathing fire on as All for One would try to attack him, like to take his quirk. That's not ending out in All for One's favor. Izuku would blast off with wild breathing fire, like getting miles and miles away from him. Okay? So, yeah. Um, Before this hits an hour, I am gonna call it there, and I am very appreciative of you all watching. Thank you all very much. I hope to see you all next time. Roll the dice. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, afternoon, evening. And yeah, I know I already said this, but roll the dice. I hope to see you all next time. Sorry for the speedy ending. But anyways, bye.